Hey everybody, happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. We've almost made it. Hallelujah. It's been a long week for me. This daylight savings time, brutal, brutal. How is it going? And I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever because I was stuck on wrestling bleachers last week. um, Hi Judy, hi Linda. I hope you made me a coffee, please. Extra strong tonight. Um, Brenda's got two cats fighting outside of her front door. And Judy thinks that she should have a pitcher of water on them. I agree. Well, I don't know. That might backfire. Hey Brenda, hi Twyla, hi Chloe. How's it going? How have you guys been? What's been happening? I feel like the last time I talked to you, it was winter and now it's spring. Well, fake spring, first spring. Um, Hopefully it lasts. I don't know. Hi Sheila. I think I saw or greeted everybody. I'm working on my cotton cuts. This is the first cotton cuts mystery I've done, and I'm working on the second clue tonight. And I'm going to try not to be a negative Nancy about it. Phil just scared them away. Nice. Go, Phil. Yes, it's first spring. I have my kids' teachers are sending home their like snow pants and stuff, and I told my kids don't get excited. You live in New York. This could just be first spring. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Zaza. How's it going? We're just talking about how the last time I got to talk to you guys all, it was winter, and now it's first spring here. In first spring, fake spring, whatever you want to call it. Not the real spring. Linda says, strong is the only way to go. Yes. Strong coffee. Working on a quilt as you go for piecing quilt together. I've never done one of those, but they look I like the idea of that, quilting as you go. I'm gonna give it a chance, but I don't these two fabrics together, why? Why? They're the same but different. I don't know why we keep cutting them up and sewing them back together. I'm not into it. Oh, Twyla, that's a bummer. I had seen what colorway did you get? Was it like the rose finch one? Which, by the way, I saw some people posting their clues in the cotton cuts, and that colorway has a lot more contrast. So I'm dying to see how it all shakes out and if some colorways look better than other colorways. But I think I had heard that the rose finch, or I think it's rose finch, shipped finally. That's crazy. I know you told me which colorway you were doing before, but you know how my memory is by now. Starlings. Okay. Is that one of the black and white ones? I'll have to look. I can't remember, but hopefully they're catching up and getting to you. I also bought, I don't know why, because I'm a glutton for punishment. They had like a 1-day mystery quilt that had solids. I think it's for the end of the month, and it was like $15. So I was like, what the hell? So I bought that. We'll see if I like that one or not. Ooh, Chloe says, I have been working on I want to see if I can zoom this screen in without losing you guys. There we go. I have been working on a mini St. Patrick's Day quilt with sparkle paste. I have no idea what sparkle paste is, but I'm interested. Jane, I love your thread my bobbin. I love that. Hi. Thanks for coming. Zaza, that's literally this is the only hang up I have. Of all of the things in the world, why put the exact same print with just the background color different? Like this print, this one is cut so the flowers are so big that you can barely tell that the background color is this green and instead of this dark green. So when you're putting these back together, and I know I'm a solids girl, and I'm trying to be cool, but I also just tell you how I paid for this with my own money, so I feel like I can complain if I want. And actually, to be honest with you, even if I didn't pay for it with my own money, if I didn't like it, I would probably complain. Oh, Twyla's getting the purples. Oh, Chloe hasn't received hers yet either. I know I feel bad for them that they're having issues, but it is a bummer, especially when you both did the prepaid kits, right? So you're spending hundreds of dollars. It's a little bit of a bummer that the second clue's coming out has come out and you don't have them yet. But life happens. I get it. It's not life or death. Yeah, Sheila says, what is sparkle paste and why don't I have any? That is the question of the day. I have that same question for myself. Hi, Laura. Laura, I haven't gotten an update on you. How's your back doing? It's been a while since I've been able to ask you how you're doing. Yeah, I got to try some. I'll try anything once, right? So we'll see. And maybe I'll love it. Maybe we'll all be laughing at me in October when I'm like, this is the best quilt I've ever made. Sparkle Paste is by Jennifer Long and manufactured by Thermoweb. It's a glitter paint for your fabric that does wash out. Does or does not? I'm guessing does not. Yes. Okay. She meant does not wash out. Do you set it with heat? The other thing that's tough for me with these, and I know this is a Tasha problem, is the way these little triangles are cut. They're not the exact size as the square. They cut off the tips probably to reduce bulk. And I don't want to fold my fabric to find the center, so I'm just winging it. Oh, good. I am glad to hear that. PT does suck. I feel like no matter what the ailment is, PT sucks. Sorry, I gotta grab my little foot there. Oh, thank you for asking, Zaza. I forget. That's what we were talking about the last time. So I took my son, who is 7, to Target to go shopping for her, and it was literally the cutest thing I've ever experienced. So we did a little one-on-one date, mommy and son, while my daughter and my husband were over at swim lessons, and he picked her out a wallet. He picked her out a floofy dress. We did end up getting her the Barbie that she wanted. It was like a Barbie with 2 beds, a Barbie with blue hair, and then a Barbie accessory set with 2 beds. And then, so we got her the wallet. Oh, he picked out little butterfly clips for her hair. And when he picked out the dress, he said, Mom, I hate this dress, but I know Josie's going to love it. And he was right. So yeah, a dress, a wallet, and hair clips, the Barbie stuff. She loved it. It was awesome. Chloe says, yep, you set that glitter paint with heat and let it cure for 24 hours. And Zaza agrees, says that PT are sadists. That's so funny. Katie, they have to be a little bit though, right? That's their purpose of how well they do their job. Hi, Katie. Judy says, I did the Tree of Life in Wild West. I took a break from this one. Don't know if I will do another. Fair. Judy, were you happy with the results of the Tree of Life in Wild West? Although the Wild West might still be going on, right? Chloe says, glad to hear you're doing well, Laura. Yes, and you will be better. I'm very glad. Hi, Krista. He is such a sweetie. He is such a good boy. It was so funny too, because I had to cut him off at some point. We don't go too crazy. I try not to go too crazy for Christmas or birthdays. I mean, we spoil him, but we try not to go too nuts. But man, he was like, let's get her some sparkly shoes. Let's get her some new socks. He wanted to spoil her rotten. So I did let him do a pretty fair number in spoiling her. It was very cute. He picked out the majority of what we got her too. He picked out that dress. He picked out the wallet. He picked out the hair clips. I did not do it. My husband's birthday, might be in a little over a week, the 24th. And so I think I'm going to try to maybe sneak in a trip to the kids to Target tomorrow. Just let them try to pick out some things for him. I'm trying to remember what my daughter said she wanted to get him. Oh my God, I can't even remember what it was, but it was something so ridiculous that he wouldn't like, but I would definitely let her buy it. I'll have to, if I remember, I'll have to share what that was. Oh, thank you. She is a little cutie. She has to be cute or I would set her free. Chloe, how many have you done? Hi, Mona. Oh, I'm getting behind. Judy says the Tree of Life wasn't what I expected and still working on Wild West, just lost interest in it. I just think like there's probably like one every now. Well, some people love them, right? And I think they will just do them continuously and like good for them. But I think for others, maybe for me, it's like a little treat. We'll see though. I might absolutely love this at the end and be ready to do the next one, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Yeah, and I thought that was interesting too, that they're doing like two concurrently. So there are people out there who are doing like the Wild Wild West and the Flyway. My design wall behind me, oh, you can't see all of it, is getting super full. I need to like finish some of these projects. Oh, Chloe's done 5, dang. But none are completed. My village green is the closest to being done. Okay, I'm gonna have to, I should flip through some of the old ones. I'm not, like, I haven't done a bunch. I don't know if I've even really ever seen one of them complete. Although my friend just sent me a picture of one she finished. So I've seen that one, but I don't know which one it was. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, hi, Joanne. I wasn't even here last week because at like 8:30, I was still trapped in the middle school gym on the bleachers, watching my son wrestle, which I say trapped. I mean, I enjoy watching him wrestling, but we wait there for like 3 hours. Then he wrestles for like 3 minutes. So you're really trapped there while you're just waiting for his match. But he went to the championships. I mean, he was at the championship tournament last weekend. He did not win. He got pinned all the different times, but so now wrestling's over. But I am going to send him there for summer camp. I hope you had a nice time away. Oh, Laura says, I wasn't super happy with the Tree of Life. I gifted them. Mona said I did one. It was kind of boring. Yeah, they definitely are having some kit issues this time around. Arlie and Chloe haven't even gotten their kits yet. All right, so of everybody who... Oh, Krista got her second clue. Yep, that's what I'm working on. Oh, yeah, and Krista was missing pieces in her first clue, which is a wonderful... Oh, Laura said I only did this one because they said it would be different for the past. Have you noticed anything different? Like, is it actually different so far? Yeah, growing pains. It's always great. But definitely they're feeling it. Oh, that rose finch looks good. That seems to have, I saw a rose finch in the Cotton Cuts Facebook group, and that seems to have a lot more contrast than this one. So that one looked promising. Nope, it was not you. It was me. I am so glad you had good time in Florida, and I think you brought some good weather back with you. So, thank you, Janine. Sleep well. It's Friday. You almost made it. It's tomorrow's Friday. We almost made it. So, Mona, I don't know if in previous ones they had this, but in this one, at the end, there is a little... I was wondering last month if it was going to be the same like murder mystery that goes through the whole thing, but I think it's a different murder mystery each month. So I have to go back and look at the last one and see if I can figure it out. But it does have like this little, like, kind of reminds me of Clue. And it gives you like a little story, and you can try to figure out who killed the person, where, and with what. Last month, it was pretty confusing to me. And so I was like, oh, maybe there'll be more clues next month to help. But apparently not. Apparently it's a clue a month. So I have to try to figure that out. Oh, because of the bigger squares, they're having a harder time. Hi, Arlie. Oh, and I think I said Arlie earlier didn't get their kit. It's Twyla. I misspoke there. I had Arlie on the brain. Oh, Laura says not sure. I'm hoping it won't be medallion. See, I think I like medallion style quilts. So that would be just my luck. I ruined it for everybody. Good night, Janine. Sleep well. I didn't figure it out, and I don't know if they announced it. And now, before I go searching for it, I'm going to see if I can solve it tomorrow and then see if I can go find the answer. But I haven't tried to solve it. I mean, I guess I don't really care if it gets spoiled for me, but. Oh, Arlie how did you guys get to put a face to the name? Do you guys have like a fun sewing Zoom or something? So Laura, that's why I went with it, is I just enjoyed the idea of a pre-cut. And it is, I mean, and I still, oops, I never caught my thread. You know, and it'll be an experience, you know. I don't know if I'll be a diehard. The last time I had this iron out, I grabbed it. Let's hope there's no bad juju. I think I'm going to try to get it. This iron is, you know, small and old, very old. I think I got it for like $12 like 8 years ago. I do want to get another little iron for when I'm sewing over here. Oh, I didn't know Zazad made appearances on lives. I'll have to keep my eyes peeled. All right, so I need another E. It like pains me. It pains me to put these florals next to each other, but I'll do it. Although I think the next time if I do pre-cuts again, Laura, I think I would be more inclined to know what the final product was. But we'll see. Like I keep saying, I know I said I wasn't going to be a negative Nancy, but here I am. Maybe I'll love it. I'm finishing this one. Might be the only one, but I'm finishing it. I don't think I'll be a diehard. I like the medallion quilts, okay, but occasionally I like something different. Yeah, for sure. Got to switch it up. I need to really probably just go look at some of the other ones that they've done. Oh, does anybody know what number this is? Like, how many of these? What just happened? Oh. I gotta get an extension cord for my foot. Is that a thing? I'm sure somebody sells it. I need like a smidge more cord. On Lisa's and Donna's when she did the quiz competition. I'm gonna go on Donna's channel. How nice is that? She messaged me. I think I just goofed this up. Did I just goof this up? Is this goofed? Is this goofed? Dang it. If I have to pull up my seam ripper already. Did I goof it? It looks goofed. I don't know if you can tell. I know it's hard to see. I feel like that piece is a little... You know what? Good enough. So anyway, yeah, in April, I'm going to go on Donna's channel for one of her interviews. So that will be fun. She has a big audience, so it's kind of exciting. Makes me feel like a real YouTuber. I'm going to try and get to mine this weekend. I hear you. I'm going to try Stitch in Heaven's Ooh, haven't heard of that. I'll have to make a mental note of that. Yeah, Zaza, that's it's a learning experience. For my pedal. Sorry, Arlie. Yeah, definitely for my pedal. Oh, sick. They've done 16 mystery quilts. Good night, Mona. Thanks for coming. I didn't know she did a quiz. That sounds fun. All right, I guess I'll do this one again. See, but now I'm struggling if this is the right... How many florals do I have? Oh no, just this one. But look how different these are. So like, because of how big this print is, like this and this square are the same fabric. It's wildly different. Maybe it'll work out fine. I do like to be a negative Nancy. And then, so I'm going to go on Donna's channel in April. And then Donnell from Donnell Stitchery reached out to me too. And I have to get back to her now that my husband isn't working crazy hours because of the snow. I can start to make plans. So I think I'll hang out with Donnell one day, which will be fun. Yeah, I can see that completely. What's nice for me though is like I haven't gifted any quilts to any of my family yet. So if I didn't like this, somebody's getting it for Christmas. Whichever family member compliments it the hardest will get it for Christmas. Yeah, that international postage, wild. I'm gonna trust it, Chloe. I'm trusting it. I'm going for it. I'm hoping they must have like mocked these up before they sold them. So hopefully they know there's contrast coming. It's definitely getting me out of my comfort zone though, because as you probably know, I mostly do curvy quilts and I don't do prints. So it is a nice opportunity to try something new. So Katie, I have seen John from the Art East Co, right, on Sean, the guy who sews lives, a few times. And I actually think like I'm going to keep an eye out. And I think the next, I know he's doing like the farm one right now. And he just did a folk one. And I've heard of that 100-acre wood. But the next one he does that like kind of kicks off, I think I'm going to join in on that one. I think he says his stuff's precision piecing. So, well, thanks, Sheila. Unfortunately, I cannot tell a lie. Yeah. Oh, you like knowing what it will be. Yeah. Hi, Susan. I have to go back and look at that 100-acre wood one, but I think that's the one that tempted me. The folk one and that 100-acre wood, they're so cute. So the next one he has that even I remotely have an interest in, I'm going to join in with the group and try it out. I really like his stuff. It's definitely different. I guess I'm in an exploration phase where I'm trying all different kinds of things. And and enjoying it. Oh, he doesn't ship internationally, the kits. Oh, Sheila says, once I make a dent, I guess we're all moving to our East Quilt company sew-alongs when we are ready for our next package. They do send it all at once, but I don't know if you saw my unboxing video, Zaza, but if not, it's literally a very small and light box. I was like, really? I felt like this should be bigger, but I think if you're interested in seeing what they come in the mail like, I literally unboxed it on screen. It's pretty small. Oh, John said they stopped because people were making copies of their patterns. Oh, so you can't even get it just as patterns? That's really frustrating though, because I have written very simple patterns. Like I just wrote my third one. It's at the editor, and mine are like one size or two sizes and very like one or two blocks. And it takes so much time and energy. I don't think until I started writing a quilt pattern, I could conceptualize it. But the amount of time that he must put into those patterns, oh my God. That's funny, Zaza. Yeah, and if I don't like it, that's who I know who irritates me the most. Yeah, John's patterns are very well written in very small pieces. Yeah, I feel like those tiny pieces, that's going to be like my next challenge. Laura says, trying something new is always good until you want to throw it in the trash. Facts. Ooh, there's going to be an Anne of Green Gables. Cool. I wonder if he would send you, like, if you reached out to him for the pattern because you're international. Like, but can't you get, like, I'm pretty sure I found a way to get the folk quilt pattern without a kit. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like, but could you get his patterns without a kit? I thought I saw it like in some membership he had. I was just poking around on his website when he was on Sean's Live a couple weekends ago. Oh, this one looks the same as the first one, so maybe I didn't goof it up. I'm not used to sewing triangles to squares. This is the first time this, like, what do you call this box? Or this block? Like this square and a diamond, or what the heck is it? I don't even know if it tells me what the name of it is. Diamond in a square, whatever. Hopefully you guys know. I've never done that before until this kit. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I spent a couple hours each. Then I got to make sure that whatever kit I decide to get, I like it. I did read the Anna Green Gables books and watched the show a little bit when I was a kid. I don't know if I like loved it though, you know. I don't know if I loved it enough to do a quilt. Like, I know he has an Alice in Wonderland one, right? And that one I like. Hi, Deb. How's it going? Talking about the Art East Quilt Co. kits. And other kits we've done as I've working on this one. Trying not to screw it up. All right, so now I have to take this sucker and take, another one of the floral and sew it. This is interesting. Like this. Okay. Oh yeah, Zaza, I could buy it and ship it to you. Oh, square and square. Okay. It looks kind of like a diamond, but I guess that makes sense that it is literally a square. Square and square. Oh, but Sean also calls it Diamond Square. Great minds think alike. Deb loved the Anne of Green Gables. Hey, Erin, how's it going? So, but yeah, I know he has a free whale pattern block you can get on his website to try, although I don't know how precise that is compared to some of the other things I've seen him do, but I am thinking about giving that a whirl. My friend Brenda, I think she stepped away, but she did his folk sampler, and that's the first time, like, that's how I was introduced to him. And he's Canadian too, and Brenda's Canadian. Yeah, Saturday is International Quilting Day. I have been invited to a few like quilting related. My quilt guild's doing a in-person sew day, which I got to be honest with you guys. I'm not packing up my machine and going to a sew day. Not doing it. Won't do it. Not for me. But I am thinking about bringing my little cross stitch project that I'm working on to do that. Just for a little bit, just to see who's out there. If I get the time. I don't know. Everybody in my house is sick right now. I have a little bit of a sore throat, but obviously not too terrible. A little bit of a sniffle. I'm hoping that I am not getting, but the husband and the kids and my son, 2 man colds at one time right now in this house, my husband and son. Man, it's tough out there with these man colds. Okay, so this is what we, it's a lot of florals. A lot of florals. Keep screwing this up though. This. I just did this and I already forgot what I did. Did I do that right? Yes. Why is my brain not braining? Oh, it's upside down. There we go. Come on, brain. Yeah, it's just a lot of floral on floral. Yeah, at least he's too young for a full dose of man flu. True. I know it's coming though. But between that and like just like the tiniest cold, my kid, like, I don't know, my son I feel like he's getting a little worse. We'll have to see what tomorrow brings. I had plans to celebrate my like my best friend from middle school's 40th with her, but I canceled because I'm just like, these elementary school germs are next level. She had her kids when we were like 20. So her kids are graduating from high school and mine are literally just starting school. So we're at different phases of life, even though we're the same age. But we were supposed to do something Saturday and I was like, I don't think so. It's not worth you getting this, whatever this is. So, but between like my kids being a tiny bit sick and the time change, oh my God. I'm trying to trust it, Judy. It will be great. It will be great, or it will be a great gift. Yes, I know. Do you know that I'm a crazy person? I mean, I think you guys know that, right? You've been around long enough. But when I was in high school, man, did I love like looking at the stars, shooting stars, meteors, and I would stay up till all hours. And then I would get up and go to work because I was a kid. Man, I wanted to set my alarm for the lunar eclipse tonight. It's like 1:00. And I told myself I'm not going to set my alarm, but if I got to get up to pee, I'm going to check it out. I also do not know if my 1/4 inch is super accurate. For those of you who have done cotton cuts, Are we doing 1/4 inches or are we doing scant 1/4 inches? Do I need to be doing scant? But to be honest with you, I just fudge everything anyway. So even if it's off a little and it's a little wonky, I'm fudging it. So I did want to show you guys this block I just finished tonight. Don't mind my crazy pants. Let's see, where's my pin? I better put these away. So I made this block. Oh my gosh, I'm wrecking the place. It's a kaleidoscope block from EQ8. I was so happy I got it to line up. It's a little not lined up. Don't look too close. Don't look too close. But I'm super happy with it. I'm going to make it into a hot pad. Won't this be so fun as a hot pad? I'm like super proud of it. It's paper piecing and I didn't mess up once. Not once. I didn't take out my seam ripper not one time. I miss what we're being consistent about. Are we being consistent with bedtimes or with the quilt or both? I'm doing both. Oh, just be consistent with the seam allowance. Okay, I'm doing a 1/4 inch and it should work out. I'm hoping. I'll just stretch or whatever. Yes, I live in the country mostly because I need to see the stars. And when I lived with my husband in the city, I hated not being able to see the stars. Oh, thanks everybody. You guys are hyping me up. Thanks, Jane. Yeah, this is so cool. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. So I joined an affiliate program. I'm assuming some of you might know what that is, but it's like basically if you put out links to something that you use, the person doesn't pay anything extra, but you get a little marketing fee because you're marketing their stuff for them. And so I've been an EQ8 because I love EQ8. I have EQ8 block base plus. Like I love EQ8, like using it for blocks. And they said if I picked a block from the kaleidoscope, they gave me the kaleidoscope software for free. And then all I had to do was like post a review of the software and I got the software. How fun is that? So I feel like, does this make me a quilty influencer now? That I get like I'm fulfilling a quilty obligation? Look at me go. Look at me go. This Arlie, this is out of EQ8. I probably could you can like as long as I put some instructions in it, it is copyright free. So if you're interested, I would do that for you. I would definitely do that for you. Yeah, it's in EQ8, but like when you have EQ8, you're allowed to like as long as you like I can't just like take the templates out of EQ8 and like give them to you for, like that isn't, but if I like put it in my quilt pattern template and add some instructions and a chart, then I can do it. So I can definitely do that. So it's pretty cool, but it's nice to think that like if I tell people about things I love and they use a link that could help pay for some of the stuff I do, but like you've seen, I cannot tell a lie. So I would not be able to market anything for anybody if I didn't like it because I can't do it. I cannot do it. All right, so we got 2 of these done. Yep, you can definitely design your own quilts patterns to sell in EQ8. You have to be, so if you're using EQ8, you have to be mindful of what blocks you're using. So there's a way to click a notes field, and then you can tell if something's copyrighted. They also have a really nice section on their website that tells you what collections have copyrights, because there are some like designers who design these beautiful quilt blocks and then like they use it with EQ8 so that individuals can use it for personal use, but obviously you can't resell those. But you can design your own quilt blocks. You can use like tons of the blocks they have. It's really fun. I love it. It's really fun. This one, Zaza. So Arlie, I don't know if you saw this. If you were really interested, I would definitely do something like that, because I have posted a few times, like on my different platforms, about like traditional quilt blocks. Not that I want to do traditional quilt blocks, but I haven't done a ton of them. But then I went down this whole rabbit hole of these softwares and looking at different quilt blocks. There's like a Dear Jane quilt that, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Dear Jane quilt. That one's copyrighted. I can't like download it and sell it. And I don't even think I would want to make it. They say it's the most often started quilt, but rarely finished quilt. But anyway, long story short, I've been looking into like creating a sampler quilt for myself. So if that's something we're interested in, I'd be down. Cool. Yeah. I love this. I think this is going to be the cutest, hot pad. But then what's cool is like if you make multiple ones of these, right? Like if you can envision it, these purples make like a repeating, I guess would that be like a square? Like a on point square kind of. So it's kind of got that secondary design within it. And it was super easy. I loved this block because there's only 2 blocks in it. It's like two triangles. You just make them each 4 times. So this was so quick to make because I just like got into like what do you call that, like assembly line mode. Dear Jane is super intense. I like thought about it for half a minute. I still might, as like a personal project, give that a go over time, because I feel like it's so fun being connected to history. But that's a whew. Yeah, I would. And what's cool about this kaleidoscope software, that this is the second one. I didn't get the first one. Maybe I'll have to at some point. But they have all of the same blocks, right? But they have the corners are different. So you can make the same like centerpiece, but then you can either have square corners, which I think is what I picked, or star corners, I think. But I liked that one. When I was picking it, I was knowing I was going to make a hot pad out of it. So I don't know. I just picked what looked good to me. Yeah, it is quite busy for me too. I'm obviously a more like straightforward, but I just love like wasn't it made in like the Civil War, I want to say. Like I just love how like you're kind of connected to history through that quilt, like I don't know, I don't know, I'm sentimental or just a weirdo, but I think it would be so fun to be stitching something that I know like somebody stitched hundreds of years ago or whatever. I like consistent colors too. I haven't actually done like what I would call a sampler quilt until until right now. So another block that I'm working on is I joined many years ago now, Libs Elliott. She has a sew squad and she's doing a block of the month program. And so it's going to be, I believe it's going to be like 16 blocks, and they're all different. So in my head, that's a sampler, right? That is what a sampler is, right? Just like a bunch of different blocks in a quilt. So I'm doing my first sampler. Ooh, well, enjoy your lunch. I'm going to be going to bed soon. That's so funny. Time zones are funny. So I'm doing mine, and I got a I think it's a half yard bundle of Libs's fabric glaze. So mine's going to be all different. Yeah, I'm with you. Consistent color or pattern would be my preference. I haven't done a sampler. Mine would have to be, I would like to do a sampler or something like that, but it would have to look not like a sampler. Like I like flows and, you know, like I don't like chaos. I don't like chaos. So I'll have to give it a go. I'll definitely think about it if I've already been thinking about it for myself anyway. So and I'll work on getting that into a thing you guys can download. Press a small B and a small A triangle. Okay. Oh, that would be nice, Brenda. I know I was just talking about how you got it in my brain and I was tempted for a minute, but I feel like that's a long-term project. Like that's a project you start and you probably just pick it up and put it down. I can't imagine sitting down and powering through that. But I definitely, I would solids would be my preference too. The other thing that I'm learning about myself is these two fabrics are the exact same, but with different purples. And the first kit I got, I sat here for so long trying to tell the difference between these two. And then once I saw it, it was obvious. And I'm like, am I colorblind? Like, I can't even tell you how long it took me to tell these two purples apart. Now I can see it, but it took me an embarrassing long time to figure that out. I hear you, Zaza. It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes with Libs because it's all different blocks, but they are the same size. But even just looking at it, I'm like, ooh, but I'm doing it because of FOMO, basically because I knew Brenda was going to be doing it and some of my other friends and I wanted to do it. And it's something to do, something new to do. And I'll do a bunch of blocks I've never done before. But yeah, I don't know. My brain just doesn't. No, that's no, it was a perfect segue because I was telling them about EQ8 and that block I made, and then I was talking about that Dear Jane quilt that's in there. I've done a couple samplers, but used a fabric line for each one. It has continuality. Scrappy is not for me. So that's what I'm hoping for too, Katie, is I'm using her Libs, one of her fabrics lines that are technically a print, but they read pretty solid. So it works for me. Brenda's doing a scrappy project. I don't know if you started it, but she was sorting her fabric where she's doing the economy block, right, Brenda? And so she was going to do like use up her scraps with the economy block, but then there's like solid squares. And so she was going to use a consistent color in the square. So it's still scrappy with a consistent color, which I like that idea too. Like I would have to do that. I know there are some seriously talented people out there with those scrap quilts, and some of them make them look really good. I do not have that skill. Not yet, anyway. Maybe someday. Today is not the day. All right, so a B. This is B to an A. Okay. It's so funny. Triangles are. I feel like I should be more familiar with triangles than I am. The other thing I've noticed with these cotton cuts is I feel like some are cut on the bias and some are not on the bias, so it makes the stretch a little different, which is I'm not used to. Yes, that's the folk quilt that we were talking. Yes, and that I loved that because you did that in that like yellowy color. That same one that I did my Pinnacle Pop in, right? We used the same color, whatever that. You'll remember the name of the color because your memory is great, and I loved that. I do want to do one of his quilts soon. Yeah, me too. I appreciate them, but they just don't, scrappy quilts don't trigger that exciting, like that dopamine hit. I don't get that dopamine hit from looking at them to want to make one. I might do one out of necessity someday, but I don't get pumped. Oh, you can do the block of the month and he releases them on his platform. I thought I saw that he had like a little membership thing. I love Erica Jackman's rainbow quilts with scrappy fabrics. I'll have to check that out. Does this look right? I'm like scared of that iron now. I burnt my hand like, what was it? I think it was a month ago now. And I still have blisters. That was wild. That was truly wild. Not my proudest moment. Not my proudest moment at all. Oh my gosh, it's already 9:51. I missed you guys. This was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. Has anybody got any exciting weekend plans? Kitchen table quilting. Oh, I definitely have heard of that, but I'm just going to like double check. Kitchen table. I think I've seen her on Instagram, right? Yes. Yes, I am following Erica. Yes. I think I was just looking at something she did recently too. I also thought that the name kitchen table quilting was just perfect. That's how I can remember it. Because when I was trying to come up with a name for like, my presence on the internet, I couldn't come up with anything that wasn't already taken. So that's why I ended up with Tasha Quilts. That works good enough. I really did burn my hand. That was insane. It was insane. And I'm like kind of scared of this little iron. Do you guys ever watch Fallon at So Be It Quilts? I was just watching one of her videos. I don't know when. Oh, no. Those don't look the same. No. A, B. Which one's right? Which one of these is not like the others? Dang it. All right, A to B. This one is correct, and this one is wrong. So we will set this over here to seam rip that one later. This is why I usually just do half square triangles or something easy, because my multitasking abilities are not what they used to be. Not that I think they were ever stellar. This is an interesting way to assemble things, though. I'll give them that. Yeah. I don't know. I can quilt or talk and sew some things, but clearly not them all. I don't know how. Like, there are people like that. Donna from Handmade by Ying, who does like those elaborate foundation paper piecing legit kits while she's live. Is she like a superhero? Like, what? Krista is hoping to get some painting done and maybe some quilting in there at some point. Ugh, like painting your house or like painting for fun. I know I'm excited. That's the other thing. So I can either, I was saying earlier too, Brenda, while you were off, my local quilt guild is doing an in-person National Quilting Day thing. I might pop over there in the morning with just my cross stitch because I'm not packing the stuff up. And then in Libs is Sew Squad, I'll be hanging. And you got to quilt that baby shower. The baby shower is on Saturday, right? So Brenda's still got plenty of time. Yeah, Zaza. The fact that she did that freaking monster fireman in like 9 days. What? Insane. Superhero. I have way too many scraps, 5 years worth. Oh, Brenda's got 9 years worth. I have two years in. I haven't been sewing the full 10 years, but enough. And yeah, I've got like scraps sprawling about. I think I'm gonna start cutting mine down to, I have started cutting some of them down into like 2.5-inch squares. And then I was thinking about making, I know, even though I said I can't imagine making anything scrappy, I was thinking about making scrappy curtains maybe. Or we have like some curtains hanging up inside underneath our stairs that kind of block off closets. I thought like maybe a scrappy like curtain using my scraps for that would be nice. Ooh, Chloe says, I am putting on a dinner Sunday for my sister-in-laws at their request. Corned beef and cabbage. Yes, good old St. Patty's Day. There'll be some green beer. Is green beer a thing other places? Like here in Syracuse, there's a very famous bar called Coleman's, and they do green beer. In my younger days, I would attend that event. I do not plan on attending that event anymore. Maybe someday, not this weekend. But I don't know, do other places dye beer green? Or is that just a Syracuse, New York thing? I inherited scraps from my mom and aunt. Okay, so you've got some scraps. Katie said, I made kennel quilts for years before getting into real quilting. Didn't keep any scraps from the kennel quilts. Oh, that's nice, though. Do you have to, like, do anything special for kennel quilts? I feel like, I don't know, you might have to. Zaza, do you know who yeah, I'm 99% sure that's where I got the idea from. I gotta tell you the name of the other person. The Last Homely House, and I literally just tagged this girl in my stories today. Where are you? Stitch with Rachel and The Last Homely House. They have the most calming, relaxing voices. I love watching them while I sew. And they do so much EPP that I'm heavily influenced. Krista says they have it here at the pub crawl. Okay. Oh, good. Aaron's going to try to join the Sew Squad. Cool. I'm going to try to. I'm always at my children's mercy. Oh, Judy might make some corned beef. Okay. Yeah, of course. You know what, Zaza? Of course. Of course, America is the only place that dyes beer. We don't really care what those food dyes do to us at all. Joanne says, 20 years worth of scraps. I'm finally organizing and cutting them down into EPP shapes and the standard sizes as well. Organization helps a lot. Yeah, I really need to like get on that now before I get to 20 years. Yeah, her curtains really, they influenced me. I was influenced by those curtains. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I couldn't tell the difference between I love her accent. I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. It all sounds the same to me, which is probably a horrible thing to say, but it does. We need to find more corned beef. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for you. My husband would probably really like it if I made that for him. I should be a good wife one of these years and do it, but I don't see it happening this year. I'm going to have to make He likes fried pork chops on his birthday. So, and then every year lately, he's been requesting like more and more obnoxious cakes. Like one was like last year wasn't bad. Last year was just a cheesecake, a cherry cheesecake. That was fine. I made the cherries from frozen cherries. It was so good. And then the year before, though, it was like a Nutty Buddy, those like little Debbie cakes, like a peanut butter peanut butter cheesecake with those Nutty Buddies as the crust. So, yeah, and Liberty fabric. I love it. Oh, Brenda's behind. I don't know where she is. She must have paused the live, and I didn't tell her something. But I'm going to have to ask her later what I didn't tell her. I don't think she's live right now. What didn't I tell her? I don't know. So I was actually heavily influenced by watching the Liberty fabric from both of them. And I was even looking for like if anyone in the US sold Liberty fabric kits, because man, I like solids, but man, hand piecing one of those Liberty fabric, those gorgeous EPP quilts, oh, tempting. I am still working on my legit kit. I haven't gotten back to it. I'm in my second block only, but now that I have a little more time to sew, I'm going to wrap up these 2 blocks, and then I'm going back to Sculliver. Arlie says, the more I watch YouTube, the better I've gotten at distinguishing accents, but couldn't tell you where they're from. Yeah. Liberty Quilting Frog cotton is cheaper in the US than in the UK. No kidding. I feel like the word frog wasn't supposed to be there, but that's a hilarious typo if that's a typo. I feel like that should just say Liberty Cotton, but Liberty Quilting Frog Cotton is pretty funny. Oh, the U.S. Liberty fabric is regular cotton and not the Tana lawn. Oh, we're entering into a realm of things I never knew about, and now I want to go down the rabbit hole later. She always describes, what's her name? I just said it to you guys and I already forgot it. That person I told you about earlier with the accent. She always describes them as silky. I'm like, ooh, I want to feel them. And they're so pretty. But, I'll take what I can get. Ooh, Intrepid Threads. Writing that down. I'm going to message it. Intrepid Threads. I'd have to check that out. That's a pro tip of the day. Oh yeah, Brenda must still be watching where we were talking about EQ8. That's so funny. I wonder if she knows that she's behind. I'll have to tell her later. That's really funny. Well, it's 10 o'clock. This zipped by. I didn't get much sewing done, but I had fun. I'll get to do some seam ripping. I'll show you guys this clue. I think, yeah, I should have it done by next week when we get back together. You get both here, Tana Lawn and Quilting Cotton. The Quilting Cotton is a newer edition. Quilting Frog was a typo. Well, Zaza, I like Quilting Frog. I like it now. I'm going to try to find a way to add Quilting Frog into my lingo. Julie from Intrepid Threads is fabulous and really helpful. Cool. I'll have to check it out. Good night, Deb. And yes, I'm going to log off too because my kids, despite daylight savings, and they're still waking up really early. It's horrible. So I hope you guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we got to chat again. I'll see you again next week. I won't be trapped in any bleachers. I think I'm going to put a little video out about all the things I've been sewing. So look for that. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for all the advice. Thanks for the great chat. I love it. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Find some time for yourself. All right. Bye.